How to make a split sale between in-house and a third-party finance company. I have logged in to A001, your sales desktop. I have entered the customer's account, merchandise being sold, as well as already submitted my finance company. I will click financing, and this will display the company I was approved for. So I was pre-approved for $3,000 for City Financial. My total sale is $3,871 with 91 cents. My remaining amount to be approved is $871.91. I will click escape and I am ready to submit to the credit department. I will click submit to credit and it will take a few seconds to display. I will click down payment. It will show me the $3,000 I was approved for my third party. I will click select a finance plan. I will enter 0 down payment for the remaining amount of my in-house. Once I've selected the down payment, I will click enter and it will show 0 for the in-house. I will click OK, save, exit, and I will click submit to credit. Once I submit to credit, this will take a few seconds depending on how many accounts we have in the system. So here you can see we have submitted it at 9:11 and we have 15 seconds waiting. Ahead of you, it will show if you have any other sales ahead of you that need to be quoted. In this case, we have none waiting, so it should be a few seconds that our account is approved. Now, once they take your account, it will depend how, the difficulty of the account, how long it will take for them to process and grant you the credit, to be reviewed. So here we see that now it's showing that my request is being reviewed by the supervisor. It will show the supervisor's name, the extension or phone number that they have. So we will wait a few seconds for them to review it. And once it's reviewed, we will be able to continue with our account. So it does update the time that we've been waiting. Like I said, if you have any questions that you want to let your supervisor know, you can contact if your company allows you to call them to their extension number or the phone number that they are currently logged in. So they will be able to see our request of $3,000 that is being approved from your third party, which is City Finance. Like I mentioned, it will take a few seconds for the credit analyst to review it, and that does depend on the number of accounts ahead of yours, as well as how difficult your account might be, as far as their credit report, the amount that they're buying. So it does take a few seconds for them to review it. So we'll just wait for them to approve our account and get a response. We'll just wait a few more seconds. It's being reviewed. We'll just have to wait a few more seconds. Like I mentioned, if you have any questions to the supervisor or any additional information, you can always call them. Okay, so our account has been approved. Here we can see it was approved, the $3,000 from City Financial and our in-house pre-approved. I will click the in-house and it's showing that yes, our credit was approved. We have the $3,000 from our City Finance. The payments is about $63. It's financed for 18 months and we have no recheck. I will click accept. I will click escape. Escape close. And I'm ready to create my split sale. I will click finance. I will click down payment. So my $3,000 from my third party is already here. I will click OK, save, exit. I can adjust the months for my remaining amount. So I will enter 12 months, and this will be 12 months of 87. I will go ahead and select a due date. I'll put May 20th. So my payment is 12 payments of 88. Since I did move my due date, it will change a little bit. It's 11 payments of 88. My last payment is of 80.97. I will click OK, save. So I'm ready now to create a split sale. I will click payment method. I will delete the $3,000 in cash because the $3,000 are being paid through City Finance. So I have my City Finance and my in-house sale. At the bottom, I will click split sale, and this will start the process of splitting my sale. Here I have my original invoice with all the merchandise. Here I have my first contract, which would be City Finance for $2,999 with 99 cents. It's as close as it can get to the $3,000. Here is my reference for my City Finance, and this is my in-house invoice. Everything seems to be okay, and you're okay with the sale. I will click OK, save, exit. And this will create two separate invoices. I will click preview. And this will be the sheet that you will print out. It will show you your first reference, your second reference, and how this merchandise is being split, and what items went into one invoice as well as your other invoice. You can print your invoice. I will not print my sheet. I'll click exit. We'll print it here, and that's your sheet that you can work off of. It will show me again how my sale was divided or split. It was $2,099.99 for my City Finance. My in-house is $871 with 90 cents. I will click OK. And the system has completed splitting our sale. Here at the bottom, the reference 1029.2654 is the original before it got split. So now I have my split sale for City Finance and my in-house. It does not matter in which order you create your sales. So I will select my reference that is 1029.92.662, which is my City Finance. I will select this reference, and it will take a few seconds to display. And I'm ready to create my invoice. This is the merchandise that would show on my invoice. I will click payment method, and here it's for City Finance. I will click save data, post sale, and the process will start. It's taking a screenshot of the availability of the merchandise at the time of my sale. I will click escape. I will enter yes to create my invoice, and I click continue, and my receipt has printed. So my invoice for the first contract is 10/12/14/57A. So that I will click continue. My sale is complete. I will click OK, escape, and now I am ready to create my second invoice. I will select my in-house invoice. It's going to take a few seconds to display. I will go into my finance charts, and I have my due date for May 20th, 12 months, and these are the terms. So I'm ready to create my contract. I will click OK, save. I will click payment method, and it's going to show my in-house. I will select save data, post sale, and it will take a screenshot again of the availability of the merchandise displayed in this invoice. I will click escape, and yes, I want to create my contract, and it'll start the process of creating my in-house contract. So it does take a few seconds for the system to do the e-sign documents. If your company does not have e-sign, it will just take it directly for you to print the contract. In this case, we do have our e-signing documents, so it's going to take a few seconds to gather all the documents for us to sign. So we'll just wait a few seconds for it to gather all the documents. It'll be just a few more seconds. for us to get the e-sign package. So this will depend how long it takes. It depends on how many documents your company has. The more documents it has to gather, it will take a little longer. A lot of times you have your delivery instructions, your warranty instructions, your guardian, or any other warranties you might have. So based on that, it'll be how long it'll take to gather all your documents. So we're almost there to the OneSpan e-sign. Okay, I will click OK, I agree. And I will click for my first signature. And now this is for the salesperson verifying that they've already reviewed the documents. So I will click here, click on the one, and this I will click again. I will click OK. And it's processing the salesperson that they've reviewed the signatures. So we'll take a few seconds and it'll bring the signatures for your customer. So it does take a few seconds as well to bring it back up. And we will be signing for the customer. I will click at the top, select the customer's name, and it'll display in a few seconds the customer's parts that they need to sign. So it does take a few seconds as well. So we're back, and in this case, we need 4 signatures for the customer. It'll display 4, so I'll click on the 4. I have 1, 2, 3. I'll go back, click on the 1, and it's a signature card. I will click here, and that's my 4th signature. I will click OK, and it'll start to gather my package again. It's saving all the signatures, the salesperson, as well as the customer's signatures. And it takes a few seconds to bring it back to you. And if you need to review it, you can before you escape from here, or you print it or email to your customer. Okay, so we are ready. We have all our signatures. I will click at the top the X. So I'm back in my screen. I will click OK, all signatures complete. And it's gathering my documents. I will click OK. Here you can select to print the signed documents for your customer or email to your customer the documents. I will click print, and this will print my file. I will click print, and it will take a few seconds to print. Okay. Once the printing has been completed, I am not connected right now to a printer, so I will click close, and my contract is complete. So here you can see that the invoice numbers are the same as your previous sale. The only difference is you have a B. Any invoice that ends with the letter, that's an indication that you have created a split sale, and they are linked by the numbers. I have completed the sale, so I will click continue. I will click OK, escape, and you have your 2 contracts created. So you are ready to take both of your contracts to your cashier department to be posted, and the process of splitting a sale has been completed.